This is Nikita Plakis and welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, subscribe and share with a friend that needs to hear this. I love you and thank you for joining. Enjoy today's message. We are about to get into this. So I used to think like I knew who I was, but really I was just a collection of coping mechanisms. Today I'm going to share with you what it actually feels like to be myself, to show up in my own skin after years of shape-shifting and self-abandonment and dimming my light and freaking vibing. Whew. My childhood moss, like, they run so deep, and it's still things I'm actively working on, but I'm finally in a place where I can show up as myself, right? Because people pleasing, man, oh man, I have literally been groomed via manipulation to always abandon myself and please everybody else. Like, it used to be so bad for me that my grandmother came to me in a dream and said, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Huh?" And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What do you mean? What am I doing?" And she said, "You're doing this, that, and the other you're being everything for everyone and nothing for yourself." And she said, "I need you to focus on you. There's other details," she said, "but I don't need to get into it." Right? But basically, I was, okay, I'm going to get into it because this might be a message for someone. And this is also people pleasing again, me not wanting to put things out there, but sometimes we need to talk about our own experiences. And for me, my father has a girlfriend, and they have been together, I think, about 2 years or whatever before I came to America, right? And we all know what happened in 2020. So basically, ever since then, I started financially being, I decided to be financially responsible for my dad. And my dad comes with my dad's girlfriend and their 3 kids, right? And I also have a mom that I was also taking financial responsibility for, because if you are from a African country, you know what black tax is, right? You know, we are supposed to take care of our parents, right? But do we really? Isn't that their job to take care of themselves? Because as someone who is going to be a parent one day, God willing, right? Not God willing, I'm going to be a parent one day. I want it, I got it, like Ariana Grande says. I don't care what whoever says, you know. But my grandmother came to me in a dream and she told me, "What are you doing? Why are you enabling a problem?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Am I not supposed to take care of my father?" She said, "Yeah, but are you really taking care of yourself? Because you are enabling a problem." She said, "Your father has faith. He's not exercising his faith." She's like, "He has God. You are not his God. You cannot be his source. You cannot be his source for financial relief. You cannot be his source for faith. He has to exercise his own faith." And she said, "Before I left this world, I blessed him. God is blessing him. His blessings are there, but he's not going to go get his blessings if you are trying to be a blessing for him." And I was like, "Okay." And she said, "You stop that right now." And I was like, "Okay." And that was the last time, like, I abandoned myself in that way, because there were times, like, I was literally homeless, like literally homeless, literally living in hotels, literally not knowing where to live, and I still supported these people because I felt so responsible for them that I would abandon myself and my needs for those. And I've done this in relationships too, for no reason, I dated a man that was incarcerated and decided to become, I don't know, a sugar mama. I'm just joking. Like, no, we were in an actual relationship, but I did decide to be the person that's financially responsible. And as you can tell, I'm uncomfortable because I don't usually go there. Like, I don't put my business out there, but I know that there are some people that need to learn, because just because you have it doesn't mean you have to give it. And if you are not making yourself a priority, because there were times that I knew I had no business doing what I was doing, but because I felt so compelled to help, because I needed to be everything for that person so that they can love me in exchange. Because that's what we do when we're operating from trauma and wounds. We abandon ourselves. I have abandonment wounds. I have, like, my father definitely is like a detachment emotional style, right? And my mother, thank goodness people can change, but she was extremely narcissistic. Okay, and I don't even think she realizes that. And I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know I was suffering emotional abuse my entire life, because it was so normal to me. It wasn't until I found myself in an emotional relationship with someone who was extremely narcissistic, and I mean to the extreme, like literally controlling each and every aspect of my life. I gave away control of my life in order to be like to just to be loved by people, because that's what we do when we have emotional traumas that we have not healed yet. Sometimes we don't even know that we are in a emotionally traumatic relationship. We don't even know we're being abused, because abuse is literally normal to you. And because when you meet somebody that feels like home, sometimes you need to be worried, because if you haven't healed your traumas, they are reflecting your traumas back to you, and that's your signal to run to the freaking door and never look back, because you have to heal from those traumas. And it wasn't until I understood what a narcissist was that I realized I have a narcissistic parent, and I was in a narcissistic relationship, and I had a bunch of narcissistic friends. Because why? That is normal to you. I was used to people insulting me. I was used to people telling me I'm not enough. I was used to people telling me I'm less than, and I would smile and take it and think, oh, they're just saying that. No, they're abusing you. And I would bite my tongue and accept what they think of me and just let shit slide. And I don't know why we do that. And I feel so naked right now. I'm not gonna lie, because this is something that I literally just freaking overcame and just walked through, and just man, I can't even explain it. Like, but I just want you to know that healing is possible for you, and that self-abandonment looks like, if I don't, like, you feel so compelled to be everything for that person, because if you are not everything, they will leave. And have you ever found yourself in a relationship, right? And you need to have a certain conversation, and you need to know where you stand, but you are so afraid to have that conversation, because deep down if you speak up and say, yo, what is this really? There's a chance that person might go, because you can already see it by the way they're treating you. So you're afraid to have that conversation, because you would rather not have that conversation and have things the way that they are. Because if you do have that conversation, they might leave. Have the conversation. Let them leave, because they're not your people. What's for you, you cannot miss what's for you. And the thing is, like, when we are in these abusive relationships, these traumatic relationships, these friendships that do not serve you, when you abandon yourself to make other people happy, when you accept shit because you don't want to rock the boat, when you don't speak up, that's you abandoning yourself, and that's you not being true to yourself. and being true to who you really want. And the more you abandon yourself, the more you telling the world that you accept things as they are. And like, God favors authenticity the most. So if you're not being true to yourself, if you're not being true to how you really feel, and it runs that deep, because for the longest time there would be such situations that I would just bite my tongue because I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to make things uncomfortable. I don't want to say certain things, but it's like, if you choose to do that, you are the one hurting, you are the one uncomfortable. And that's the thing that most empaths do, because we are so self-aware of everything that we kind of already know what the outcome would be if we were to say something, so we choose to say nothing at all. Self-abandonments, right? And the thing is, like, and especially if you have traumas, you might have RSD, you might have ADHD, so that means like your mind is constantly scanning for situations. Like, your brain is designed to protect you, and it's not just your brain, it's your body too. So when you find yourself in situations that looks like it could be dangerous, it's like, oh, let's not say anything because we don't want to rock the boat. Like, we already know this person reacts this way. Like, that's your brain literally trying to protect you, but it's also you accepting bullshit in the name of not wanting to rock the boat. And survival versus self looks like you're not living, you're managing perceptions. Like I said, you already dictating the whole outcome in your head, and you already know how that person's going to react. So you choose to stay small, to stay little, to stay in the background, to let shit just go the way it goes. Because if you stand up for yourself, you risk rocking the boat, you risk things being uncomfortable, you risk confrontation, you risk being made look like an idiot. And most people that have emotional traumas, that's literally what we avoid by staying small, by shrinking, by dimming our lights, right? And so literally, like, it took a lot of meditation for me. It took a lot of NLP. It took a lot of somatic releases. It took a lot of moments like me talking to God and just being like, yo, why is this my life? Like, and just accepting the truth sometimes that, yo, I am doing this. I am abandoning myself. I am accepting bullshit. I am living a life that I don't really want, that I'm not comfortable with. But man, this is a really, really hard episode for me. I'm not gonna lie. But I hope that it's helping you, because if we don't wake up, guys, like, things stay the same. If we don't speak up, if we don't get uncomfortable, like, this is so uncomfortable for me, but I'm here, I'm doing this. Why? Because I refuse to go back. I came too far. Like, I'm like, just like, I just made it over to the other side of the terror barrier, like Bob Proctor calls it. So it's like, there's no way in hell I'm turning back from this. There's no way in hell I'm going to give up on myself. There's no way in hell I'm going to allow this anxiety to stop me from getting this message out. There's no way in hell, because when you choose yourself, it's a constant choosing. It's choosing yourself in the moments that your entire body wants to run away, because sometimes we don't want to talk about the emotional stuff. We don't want to talk about our traumas, but like, what you are going through is literally there to help somebody else make it to their next level, right? And like, awakening moments for me is definitely, I've done a lot of meditation, I've done a lot of hypnosis, I've done a lot of somatic releases, I've done a lot of breath work, I've done a lot of I've done some Kundalini, some amazing Kundalini awakenings. I'm gonna post a video on here about my friend who's a Kundalini facilitator, just to talk about like what she's doing and stuff. It's a long overdue video that I needed to post, right? But because those trauma responses will hold you back, right? And the things that really woke me up was my accident 5 years ago, breaking my face in 3 places, like that was a big, like literally my whole third eye cracked open. That's basically what happened. It was like God literally allowed that to happen, or like that was like it was supposed to happen, because that was the beginning of my awakening. That was when I realized, like, yo, why am I doing what I'm doing? Like, why am I even smoking cigarettes? Why not? I wasn't smoking cigarettes there. Why do I drink all the time? Like, did I choose this, or did it just happen? Like, I just started questioning everything. So if you are in a constant state of questioning and contemplating, right, like it opens you up, because you're not just accepting everything as it is. You're contemplating a different way. And I know that there's so much more that I want to do with my life, right? And I know that must be you too, because if you're watching this, if you are on that growth path and on that growth journey, right? Man, let's just do something, because I feel my anxiety going crazy. And these are one of the things that I do. Like, I put my hand on my heart and I put my hand on my belly, and I just it is the most effective way for me to calm my nervous system down and tell my body I am safe to have this conversation. It is safe for me to talk about my feelings. It is safe for me to be a light. It's okay for me to be seen. Like, we need to tell ourselves these things. So repeat with me. It is safe for me to be in my body. It is safe for me to be seen. It is safe for me to talk about things that used to cripple me. It is safe for me to put my business out there in order to help people. Not everybody is out to get me, like the kids that used to tease me when I was younger or growing up, or family members. And that's the thing for me, like, attention usually was never a good thing. And I don't know if you can tell, like, my entire energy just shifted. I just became calm in my own skin. Why? Because when you have RSD, like, for me, it's something that I didn't even know I had until a few months ago. It's something that I didn't even understand, that I've been in constant fight or flight. I was in so much fight or flight, like literally, until I did a bunch of somatic releases. My entire nervous system was in fight or flight. My feet were cold, my hands were cold. Like, I couldn't understand what the hell. And then once I done that, like literally my feet are burning up now. Like,
thank you for watching till the end. You definitely are my people. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.